are standing in front of our brew house, and this is, again, kind of epitomizes what we do here at Ballast Point Homebrew Mart. This is a used system that we pulled out of a defunct brewery. Unfortunate for them, but kind of good for us. But we do have quite a few MacGyvers working here that can turn something old and make it new and make excellent quality beer. And so this is what we call the brew house. It's a 50-barrel brew house. The brew house is the workhorse of any brewery. This is where everything starts. This is where the malted barley gets mixed with the water, and then that gets blended with our hops. And then everything gets chilled before it ends up in a fermenter, and we add the yeast. So, beginning of the process, so it's very important that we do things right from the get-go, and this brew house is definitely set up to do that, modified to do that. Here we are at our bottling line here. This is actually true to form for us. This is a 1966 7-Up bottling line that we've modified to work for beer. That's kind of what we do here at Homebrew Mart and Ballast Point. We're trying to keep everything closely held in this company. So we have to be very creative with everything we do regarding expensive equipment. It took us about a year to modify this thing and make it work so that we can purge all of the unwanted oxygen from the bottles and make sure that the beer is at its best quality going to the consumer. So it starts right here, just loading our bottles on. We can do about approaching 100 bottles per minute. It just loads onto this conveyor and then slowly feeds through a bottle washer, where it's kind of, you see it dipping down. That's where we'll put our sanitizer into the bottles and then rinse it. It gets dosed with a little bit of nitrogen, and that nitrogen is going to help flush anything that might stale the beer over time. So then it will flow over to the beer carousel. That is where it will be filled, and then on the other side capped. It'll run through a little bit of an outside washing unit, and then over into our carousel labeler, and then on to the final little runway here, where we have people hand packing it into the cases, making sure that the fill levels are correct and the labels went on properly and everything looks good for the consumer. And then it's packed and put onto pallets and stored in our cold room. Everything here stays temperature controlled the entire time it's on our facility.